Bab, and welcome to my kitchen. Today I wanted to just do some really quick food prep, and this is part of my routine when I get back from grocery shopping, and it really helps things run much more smoothly through the whole week, and it keeps me on track for healthy eating. I find that if I don't do this, then often many of the fresh produce items that I bring home and put in the produce bins don't come out alive. So instead, I like to spend about 20 minutes, 30 minutes just doing my basic first tier food prep. And one of the things that I like to start with is just doing some quinoa, where I rinse it off and then just throw this in the pan. And it's 1 cup quinoa to 2 cups liquid. I'm usually going to use vegetable broth for that, and then I'm going to put that on the stove and get it going because it only takes about 20 minutes to cook. So that's going to be cooking while I do the rest of my food prep. I've got fresh kale here, and this is Tuscan dino kale. And what you want to do, just to expedite things here, is strip the stem just like that. Easy, easy. You don't need to painstakingly cut all of that out with a little paring knife. You can just go ahead and strip it quick and fast. I love to have kale around. This is one of the hardiest greens, and it's also so nutritious. So I love to have some kale that's ready and prepped, and then I can throw it in soup. I can make a massage kale salad if I want to do that. So it's just much more versatile, and I tend to use an entire bunch pretty easily if it's already stripped and chopped and ready to go. So once you strip it, then what you're going to do, I'm going to separate this into 2 piles here, but you're basically just going to roll this up, roll, 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 and then take your big knife and chop, 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 chop. Easy, easy. You don't have to be too fussy about it, but you also don't want to leave huge chunks of it because kale is pretty hardy and can be tough to chew if you have it in too big of bites. So go for small strips. Same thing with the other half here. And then all I do is throw this into a salad spinner. And I actually store it in the salad spinner, and it stays good for a good 5 days, although I usually end up eating it faster than that. But I just put it in the salad spinner, I'll spin that off and then put the lid on it, and then that just stays in the refrigerator and it's ready to go. So that's my first order of business. I've got my quinoa going, I've got my kale all chopped and ready to eat, and then I'm gonna just go ahead and work on some of my snacking vegetables. So I love to do carrots with hummus as an afternoon snack. So I've got a few kind of multicolored carrots here that I'm going to use. These beautiful reddish color carrots and some orange carrots. And I'm going to just do a quick chop here and get these cut into matchsticks. What I might do is, if I was also knowing that I wanted to have a salad, I might just put some of these in the food processor with the shredder attachment, and then I could just shred some carrots as well, and then I have carrots that are ready, shredded and ready for a salad. But these ones I'm just going to do matchstick style, and those are just going to go into a container, a glass container. And what I'll do is fill that container with water so that all of the carrots are completely covered, because that keeps the carrots nice and crispy. And again, these are going to stay good for the better part of the week. So when I'm doing food prep, I'm thinking of this as my opportunity to get myself organized for the week so that I don't have to think about what my snacks are going to be every day. When I have, at the end of a long day, I don't want to have to be bothered with doing food prep and planning every single day. So this is how I head that off. So we've got all of the carrots that are ready to go, and they're in this glass container. And when you put water on it, you're just going to completely cover all the carrots with water. Put a lid on this, and then that's just going to sit in the refrigerator and invite me in for snacking, right? So very inviting to have lots of beautiful, colorful produce that's just washed, chopped, ready to eat, right? Other things that I have here that I wanted to show and tell. So I've got this beautiful, this is called Romanesco, and this is an amazing vegetable. It's sort of like a cross between broccoli and cauliflower, and it's really delicious when it's roasted. So one of the things that I think is interesting when I buy, and this is orange cauliflower, so I like to look for ways to get lots of color into my diet. And one of the things that I find interesting is if I just put these in the produce bin and I don't do anything with them, a lot of times I forget about them, I don't want to deal with them, and again, like I said, they don't come out alive. So this way, if I just wash them and break them into florets, that simple act is already going to put me so far ahead of the game that I will be more inclined to use these. And probably what I'll do with both of these guys is just toss it together with some olive oil and put it on a roasting tray. And what I'm going to show you a little tip for when you break this apart so it's not quite so messy. I like to use these green bags. These are bags that help reduce the off-gassing and will actually help keep your produce fresher longer, because it absorbs some of the off gases that tend to make the produce accelerates ripening, and then also tends to make produce rot faster. So what I do is I just put it in the bag, and then I do the breaking with the bag around it. And I know this might get kind of noisy, so just do a quick demo of this. But when you do this, then you don't run into having your cauliflower fly all over the kitchen, which is the part that annoys me the most. So you're just breaking them into nice sized florets, and then you've got the stem there, and now I've got this nice bag of my cauliflower, and I'm going to do the same thing with the Romanesco. Hands in the bag, break it all off, and I can put these two together. They play nicely together. So put them in the same bag, and those are going to be ready to go. So that was it. Quick and easy, right? That goes in the produce bin, and that's kind of my rule of thumb. I try to, when I come home from the grocery store, I try to make sure that everything I have, everything that's produce, I do something with it to make it more edible in some way before I tuck it into the produce bin. So that's your quick food prep. If you only have 20 minutes, even that can make a huge difference and will really help you feel organized and keep you on task and eating healthy for the whole rest of the week.